Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ali and I have to talk about all things makeup and skincare. And in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through my current morning skincare routine. So if you haven't seen any of my other skincare related videos on my channel, or if you don't follow my Instagram page, which I definitely recommend if you do like skincare content, I do have more like dry, sensitive skin at the moment. Now it is winter here in Australia. My skin is definitely feeling a lot more sensitive than it usually does in the summer months. And on top of that, I do have acne prone skin as well. So all of the products that I'm going to be using in the AM routine are sort of geared towards that dry, sensitive, acne prone skin. And I sort of like to focus more in the morning on like just a gentle cleanse, some light layers of hydration, a vitamin C product, and of course SPF. And I will also mention that my routines are often changing because I do love to try out new skincare products, but this is just sort of like a snapshot of what my current routine has been looking like during these winter months. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So for cleansing, I know there is like quite a bit of debate out there whether you should even be cleansing in the morning at all. A lot of people argue that because you're not wearing like makeup or sunscreen while you are sleeping, that there is no need to use a cleanser in the morning. But I argue that while you're sleeping, your skin still gets like sweaty, it's still like getting a lot of dirt and grime on there. So I have always preferred a morning cleanse, and I definitely recommend it, especially if you are acne prone. And you know, cleansing your skin in the morning isn't necessarily going to dry out your skin even more depending on what kind of cleanser you are using. So if you are worried about that, don't be, it's totally okay. So the morning cleanser that I've been loving at the moment is the Allies of Skin Molecular Silk Amino Hydrating Cleanser. Now this cleanser you would have seen me talk about in my PM skincare routine, but I've also been loving this in the morning as well. I really like it because it's nice and gentle. It sort of has that gel cream texture and it just sort of like melts into the skin and just feels really nice and nourishing. And when I rinse it off with water, it doesn't feel like my skin is stripped or dry or like crying out for hydration. It just feels really nice and balanced afterwards, so I really appreciate that. And I also really appreciate the ingredients in this. They are really upfront about the ingredients that they use and also the ingredients that they don't use, because this is sulfate free, and I know that Allies of Skin in general is fragrance free as well. And this also has really great ingredients, like it has amino acids, hyaluronic acid, has green and white tea in there as well. So it's going to be really nice and hydrating and calming to the skin. It's packed with peptides and antioxidants. So yeah, I have no bad things to say about this cleanser, and if you've been eyeing this off, I highly recommend it. Now a cleanser that's actually really similar to the Allies of Skin one, but is maybe a little bit more accessible, is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. These two have really similar textures. They're both that gel cream texture that I just really get along with. This one is equally as hydrating and as gentle, and I've just been through bottles and bottles of this, so if you can't get your hands on this one is a really amazing alternative. And another cleanser that I want to give a quick shout out to, because I've been loving this one in the morning as well, is the Somerville DeliKate Soothing Cleanser. This is another one that you would have seen me talk about in my PM routine, but I have been loving it in the morning as well. It just has a really nice light milky texture, and this is great because it has no bells and whistles. It just cleanses the skin and it does it really well and in a really gentle way. So if you have really extra sensitive skin, this is a great one. And immediately after cleansing, I go in with a couple sprays of the Youth to the People Adaptogen Soothe and Hydrate Activated Mist. This is a holy grail product for me. I actually talked about it in my top 10 holy grail products video. This is just one of the products that I cannot live without. I use this immediately after cleansing both morning and night, and it just soothes the skin really nicely and packs a ton of hydration. And the mist on this is just really fine and beautiful, and yeah, just a really nice product to slot into your skincare routine if you do like a little bit more hydration. And after using that mist, I have been using an essence as well. This one I've been loving from Missha. This is the Time Revolution Artemisia Treatment Essence. I've talked about this on my channel as well. This is a mugwort or Artemisia based essence, and in fact Artemisia extract is the only ingredient in here, and it has been double fermented, and that's really great because fermented ingredients sink deeper into the skin, and because this is double fermented, it's just gonna be like really extra nice and nourishing, hydrating and soothing to the skin. And yeah, I just have been loving this. I just use like a little splash in my hands and pat it all over my face and neck, and my skin just drinks it up. And yeah, I've just been really happy with how my skin's been looking while I have been using this, and it has definitely started a Artemisia or mugwort obsession for me. Now, immediately after toning, I go in with my eye cream. Eye creams, in my opinion, are completely optional, but I've been testing out this Murad Environmental Shield Vita C Dark Circle Corrector, and I've been really enjoying it. In the past, I've compared this one to the Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream, and I think they're really similar. The only like main difference that I notice is that this one is a little bit more of a lighter consistency. This one has more of that like light lotion consistency, so it just feels really nice and hydrating under the under eyes, and it doesn't feel too thick, and it doesn't cause me any milia either. And this is what it looks like here. It sort of has that light yellow tint to it, just like the Henriksen one does, and that's just going to give you that really nice illuminated under eye look. And it just looks really nice under concealer, looks great under makeup, and yeah, just brightens up the under eyes and is nice and hydrating. So yeah, I've been really liking this in my morning skincare routine. So now onto serums. Now, the first serum that I use in the morning is a hyaluronic acid serum, and the one that I've been loving is the Alpha H Hyaluronic 8 serum. Now, this is not your ordinary hyaluronic acid serum. This is like a supercharged hyaluronic acid serum. So this one has the 8 different kinds of hyaluronic acid in there, which are each going to penetrate the skin at a different level. So you're going to get a really nice, well-rounded hydration with that. And this also has a lot of great ingredients which protect your skin against like oxidization, blue light, and different environmental pollutions. And this is also really great at preventing transepidermal water loss. So if your skin is more on the dehydrated side like mine is, this is just like a must-have. And even though the bottle looks really tiny, it's only 25 mils. This has lasted me a long time because you only need the tiniest amount for this to feel really substantially hydrating. It has that really nice watery gel slip to it that just feels so nice and hydrating on the skin. It just feels so immediately quenching and cooling. And Alpha H just in general is one of my favorite brands of all time. I love using their products, I love supporting them, and I love this serum. Now, if I'm in the mood to use a vitamin C serum, I use the Henriksen Banana Bright Vitamin C Serum, which is my all-time favorite. Now, I also talked about this product in my top 10 Holy Grail skincare products video, so I'll link that up in the cards if you are curious and if you do want some more information. But yeah, this vitamin C serum is just the best I've ever used because as well as the 15% vitamin C in there, it also has PHAs and hyaluronic acid, so you're gonna get that gentle exfoliation and a lot of hydration as well. And this is just something that I love to use in the morning because it really does give you that immediately brightened complexion, and it's really great for fading acne scars, and it plays well under makeup. A lot of other vitamin C's kind of leave that like tacky, sticky residue. This one, because it has that nice light cream texture, just glides over the skin and gives you that really nice glowy glass skin look. So yeah, I just absolutely love this serum. But if I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been using this as frequently as I have been in the past because my skin has been feeling just extra sensitive, and a lot of people have recommended that using vitamin C can make your skin a little bit more sensitized. So I have been using this on and off throughout the past few weeks, and even though I haven't been using it consistently, I have still been liking it in my routine, just in smaller doses, just while my skin's going through this sensitive period that it's in. So for a morning moisturizer, this is really dependent on your skin type and your preferences, whether you want a lot of hydration, whether you want something a little bit more mattifying and lightweight. I have some options here that work for me no matter what my skin is going through, just depending on what sort of texture and what sort of finish I like. The one that I've been really loving this winter, because it is more on the thicker side, is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. Now, this is a very luxurious option. I mean, a $100 moisturizer. May not be in everyone's budget, and it probably isn't in my budget at the moment, but I just really love this moisturizer. It just feels really nice and rich and thick, but it just has that really nice slip to it as well that just glides over the skin and leaves you with the most beautiful glowy finish. This is definitely not a moisturizer that I use every single day because I like to, you know, treasure it and not waste it all at once. But I do just really like using this when I do want my skin to look its best. Like if I have an event or something, or I really love using it before filming my YouTube videos. Just when I know I'm going to be using a lot of makeup to perfect my skin, this is just a really great base to use before putting on any of that makeup, because it just makes the skin look its best without any makeup at all. And even though it is really, really expensive, you do only need a really small amount for your skin to feel nice and hydrated. And I will also say that because this is on the richer side with that really glowy finish, if you have oily skin, this is probably not going to be the moisturizer for you, but more of those dry skin people out there, this is a beautiful option. Now, another old faithful moisturizer that I really love in the morning is the Crave Beauty Oh So Simple Water Cream. This is just a beautiful, lightweight, yet really moisturizing moisturizer. It has really minimal ingredients as well. I'm pretty sure it has under 10 ingredients, and it's all based around that sort of like oat extract because it's really nice and soothing to the skin, and it's specifically formulated for sensitive skin and acne prone skin. So yeah, you know this product's just going to play well with everything, no matter what your skin type is, no matter what other skincare products you use with it. It's just a beautiful moisturizer. And because I do have more dry skin, if I were to just use this alone right after cleansing, it wouldn't be enough. But because I layer up my hydration throughout my routine, when I seal it all in with this, it does feel nice and hydrating, and it does feel like enough for my skin. Yeah, I just really, really like this. I think a lot of people can get along with this, and yeah, I just love using this morning and night. And a moisturizer which has been on my wish list since it released, and I finally just picked it up, is the Eclairs Fundamental Water Gel Cream. Now this, I wasn't sure how my skin was going to react to. I have only been using it for about a week now, in the morning and sometimes at nighttime as well. And the reason I sort of had a few doubts about it was because of the texture. Now I'm not sure if you can see any of that, but this texture is just really watery and runny, and it's sort of weird that it's in a jar, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, I would sort of expect this sort of formulation to be in like a tube packaging or in a pump or something like that, but yeah, it's just a really runny texture, and it sort of has the consistency of like yogurt or custard. And even though it is lightweight, it has this sort of like cushiony quality to it, to where you're rubbing it into the skin, it feels just like really, really nice, and it takes away any of that tight, dry feeling you may have. And yeah, it does feel substantially moisturizing for my dry skin, and I'll definitely keep you updated more on my thoughts on this, but so far I am really, really enjoying it. Now for sunscreen. Now this is the most important part of your morning routine. You absolutely need to be using sunscreen every single day, and if you're only the type of person to use like 1 or 2 products in the morning, one of them better be sunscreen, because it is without a doubt the most important part of your morning routine. And these sunscreens that I've been loving are the Ultraviolet Supreme Screen and the Crave Beat the Sun. These are both very different, and I love them for different reasons, but they're both really, really great for my dry, sensitive, acne prone skin. Now these are both chemical sunscreens. They both have broad spectrum protection, so they protect against UVA and UVB rays, and these are both SPF 50. This one says SPF 50 plus, this one says SPF 50 plus PA 4 pluses. I'm not quite sure how different those are. I think this is just a Korean sunscreen, so they sort of package it a little bit differently, whereas this one's made in Australia. But I will talk about this one first because I've been really gravitating towards this one at the moment. This has a really nice, light, creamy texture that my skin just really gets along with, and I also really appreciate that this has a slight tint to it, not like a tinted moisturizer does, but as you pump it out, you can sort of see it has a little bit of a beige tint to to it, which eliminates any chance of a white cast. So as you're rubbing it in, it does look a little bit white. That shouldn't scare you off though, because as you rub it in, it just disappears completely. So you can see there, it's like completely invisible on my hand, and it feels that way on the skin. It doesn't feel like you're wearing a sunscreen. It just feels like you're wearing like a really nice primer or a really nice moisturizer. It makes an excellent makeup primer. Never makes my makeup look too greasy or like slide around and wear off weirdly throughout the day. It's just like the best sunscreen ever, and I just absolutely adore it. Now, if I do want a bit of a glow, that's when I turn to the Beat the Sun from Crave, because this does have a little bit more of that like glowy aspect to it. It still plays really nice under makeup, and it feels really nice and hydrating on the skin. You can see there, it sort of has that consistency of like a light condensed milk. It sort of has that sort of, I don't know, like essence cream texture. And Korean sunscreens are always really, really great. They always are invisible on the skin. They don't leave a white cast, and they just feel really cosmetically elegant. So yeah, I highly recommend either of these if you are in the market for a new sunscreen. And this is just personal preference, but I always like ending my skincare routine with a nice facial spray, preferably one that gives me a little bit of a glow. So I've been really liking the Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist from Glow recipe, just to like spray my face a couple times at the end of my skincare routine. I either do this immediately after applying my sunscreen, or I do it just before applying my makeup, just to give my skin a little bit of a more like refreshed base for my makeup to go onto. But this is just nice for making the skin feel nice and fresh and hydrated and giving a really nice glow. But of course, something like this is not a necessary step in your routine. It's just something that I have been doing and really, really liking. Okay, so that is it for my morning skincare routine. These are just all the products that I've been gravitating towards at the moment, now that my skin is a little bit more dry and sensitive, yet still acne prone. But you can definitely expect to see more skincare routine videos out on my channel just as the seasons progress and as my skin needs change. I'm always testing out new products and trying new things, so I'll definitely keep you up to date on what I'm using and what I'm enjoying. But if you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. I have a ton of really fun videos coming out, and I'd love for you to stay up to date on those. And if you haven't already, please check me out on Instagram. I'm way more active there than I am on here. I'm big about skincare on my Instagram page. I love the skincare community. I think it's a really, really great, a really fun community to be a part of, and yeah, you should definitely check me out on there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're staying safe out there, and I'll see you guys really, really soon.